Hello everyone. In this video, I will be talking about chapter 5, which is called The Joy of Watching Others Suffer. I would like to begin with a quote from Katniss that says, "They certainly don't have a problem with watching children murdered every year." To talk about this, I want you to picture something first. Three young men in a bar. They seem to be in a festive mood, as you can see. They are celebrating, rooting for something, until the television suddenly starts broadcasting an announcement.
Let the 75th Hunger Games begin. May the odds be ever in your favor.
After this, the bar goes crazy. Everyone starts shouting in approval and laughing in celebration. The three men clink their beer glasses together and say, "This is going to be one for the ages." And then every single average, normal, non-violent citizen in the bar begins watching the games with all the excitement in the world. So I want to ask you, if this was our reality and you were one of the three men, would you have reacted the same? There is not a wrong or right answer, but there is a German word for those who might answer yes. Schadenfreude. It means enjoyment obtained from the suffering of others. That is to say, when you are happy that something bad happened to someone else. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer believed that the enjoyment of others' suffering is one of the worst traits in human nature. Who hasn't laughed at a celebrity falling in the awards, or who hasn't enjoyed a public fight? That is Schadenfreude, and we all have it. Enjoying these events has to do with self-esteem. Those with lower self-esteem will find other people's disgraces joyous because it means they are not perfect, they are not more. Friedrich Nietzsche says about this, "The harm that befalls another makes him our equal. It appeases our envy." So, by lowering others to their level, people feel better about themselves. We have this thing for being attracted to the possibility of someone being hurt because the danger is exciting. When we are watching TV and these scenes appear, we stay and watch. Sometimes we are a little bit disappointed because they are not dangerous enough. Of course, these are not the same as watching the games, but the players can get killed just the same. The difference is that we don't watch them expecting it. The point is that we might be horrified while reading The Hunger Games, but in real life it's also so common to see people enjoying others' misfortunes that there is even a word for it. Now, I want to talk about specifically the boys and girls in the arena, in the Hunger Games. I will give you something to picture first. This is Rome in the 1st century. This here that you can see is the Roman Colosseum where a fight is about to begin. This was a form of entertainment for the Roman people. They were games. But this fight has been forced by the government. The gladiators you see here are not regular people. They are either criminals, runaway slaves, or traitors, which have been thrown in this arena. The Roman people in this Colosseum are watching them ripping their heads off very excitedly. These people have persuaded themselves into believing that justice was being served by watching two criminals fight to death. That is why they are enjoying it. Does this sound any familiar to you? I'm sure it does, because Suzanne Collins the author of The Hunger Games, inspired the games in this real-life form of enjoyment.
And then in keeping with the classical background, I decided that the nature of the Hunger Games would be very much based on Roman gladiator games. In my mind, you need three good elements to make a gladiator game. You need a ruthless, all-powerful government. You need people being forced to fight to the death. And you need it to be a popular entertainment. And all three of these elements are combined in the Hunger Games.
The only difference between the Roman Colosseum and the Hunger Games is that the tributes are innocent, or at least they haven't committed a serious crime. But they have been the price to pay since the dark days, when humanity almost got extinct in a fight between the capital and the districts, to keep the peace and prevent it from happening again. So, if the alternative was war, it could be said that the capital's citizens also justify their enjoyment of these games by saying that they are just imparting justice for those rebellious ones from the past. So I ask you again, if we had these public games in the 21st century and the people fighting were thieves or murderers, would you think that justice is being served? Now, I want to show you the point of view of the citizens of the capital. This is how they see the tributes, as savages, because this is what this is what appears on their televisions. The tributes in the arena go through a dehumanization process. This means that the people from the capital refuse to give them any kind of characteristic or right that makes them human beings. In other words, they do not see them as human beings. The Nazis used to oblige themselves and others to believe that Jews were less than humans, so it was easier to torture them. The citizens of the capital follow this train of thought because they don't see the people from the districts as human beings with rights, let alone equals. They see them as animals. Why? Because of their appearance. They have bad posture, tend to be dirty due to the hard work, and have way more hair than the residents of the capital. Therefore, they don't care about what happens to them. This is a clear example of their beliefs. When Katniss gets chosen to go to the games, the stylists take care of transforming her by cleaning, waxing, and dressing her. When they are finished, this is what they tell her. You almost look like a human being now. Apparently, she wasn't one before. Still, her looking like a person doesn't prevent them from sending her to the arena. And Katniss herself falls into this idea when she speaks to Gale, believing that if she can forget the rest of the tributes are people, it won't be so difficult to kill them. This is a quote from the book. The awful thing about knowing how to hunt animals is that if I can forget they are people, it will be no different at all. However, there are moments in which the capital could not keep up with this dehumanization process. These are two of the strongest moments in the Hunger Games. Katniss and Peeta's romance caused the citizens of the capital, who have never showed remorse for enjoying the deaths, to actually feel sorrow for having to watch them die. If they were capable of loving, how could they not be humans? And how unlucky could they be to be together in the games? Another strong moment happened in the second book of the trilogy, Catching Fire. This will be a spoiler, so I'm sorry. In this book, there are another Hunger Games, the 75th Hunger Games. The difference with these ones is that the tributes are the past victors from all the districts. No one, not even the citizens of the capital, is happy about this because they already know the tributes too much and too well. So it's harder for them to not feel anything at the thought of watching them die. The people from the capital feel as if their loved ones are the ones getting killed. And that's when you would think they stop enjoying the games, just as the people from the districts have never done. Well, they did not. But these tributes that you can see here are winners. They have already gone through this injustice once, and this time they won't play for the capital again. The events inside that arena did show them they are human beings after all. I want to finish with something to think about. I've been talking about Schadenfreude in terms of fictional people enjoying fictional deaths. But aren't we, the readers of the Hunger Games, doing the same thing? The most thrilling aspect of the Hunger Games is that it's exciting to read about what happens in the arena. I'm sure we all have rooted for Katniss and felt zero compassion when she hurt or killed someone because we wanted her to win. Personally, I do like it for the star-crossed lovers story, but I wouldn't find it as fun if that's what all these books were, a love story. So, what do you think? Are we better than the citizens of the capital? Well, people, that's it. Thank you very, very much for watching. Bye-bye.